Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Your host today is founder and president of Top Mexico Real Estate, Thomas Lloyd. Thomas Lloyd is a graduate of Purdue University Kraner School of Management. He's been working professionally in Mexico since 1995, and in 2011, he was the first person ever to obtain a national regulated real estate degree in Mexico. Thomas founded Top Mexico Real Estate to ensure Americans and Canadians have the best experience when purchasing and investing in real estate in Mexico. Welcome to this webinar, and let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Thomas Lloyd. This is Top Mexico Real Estate. Again, thank you for clicking on. Today, we're going to be talking about golf course communities down in Mexico. So this is going to be very interesting because I know a lot of you have always had that question, have asked us a lot of questions regarding, hey, what's the difference, or what are the benefits? What are some of the obstacles? What are the expenses of living inside of a golf course community? So today, that's what we're going to be talking about. And I'm very excited to be inviting Eduardo Munoz as well as Jorge Botello. These two are some of the top experts down in Mexico regarding golf course living and lifestyle and all of these questions that we all have. Eduardo, I've known Eduardo for over 10 years. I met Eduardo first in Tulum Country Club, and now Eduardo is over in the Yucatan Country Club. So Eduardo, thank you so much for joining us today, you and Jorge.
Thank you, Tom. It's a pleasure, and I'm so excited to be part of this webinar, and also to talk about the Yucatan Country Club as one of the top destinations in the Yucatan Peninsula. So thank you very much again, and thank you everybody for joining us today.
And I'm going to jump right into the questions. The first question I have is basically, if you guys can just introduce to us what exactly is golf course living, or what is it? Is it just because you have a house or a condo that's near to a golf course? Or please explain what the definition of a country club down in Mexico.
Well, a country club, a golf course community is a residential development that is centering around the golf course. The communities are specifically designed to integrate residential living in the golf course, so offering residents direct access to the course and other golf related amenities. The homes are often situated along the fairways or greens, providing scenic views and convenient access to the golf course. Additionally, these communities typically offer a range of luxury amenities beyond golf, including golf clubhouses, restaurants, fitness centers, and social activities, making a desirable living environment for golf enthusiasts and those seeking upscale lifestyle. So living in this beautiful place gives you a sense of community with a well-preserved gardens, views, and a very nice lifestyle.
And the Yucatan Peninsula, when did they start building country clubs? Is this new for your company? Is it new?
Well, it's relatively recent. We started in 2006, but this beautiful place become a trend among the last few decades of the Yucatan Peninsula. The growth is driven by the region's natural beauty, rich of cultural heritage, and increasing demand for luxury living options. The Yucatan Country Club, for instance, is one of the more recent developments that exemplify this trend, offering modern amenities and prestigious lifestyle. So basically, we're almost brand new, but becoming a very nice trend of the place.
Okay, so from your all of your history and everything, what are the three main factors? What is it that attracts someone that, you know what, instead of living downtown Merida or in Progreso, you know what, I love the idea of living in the golf course community? What are those three factors?
But I can say these three factors are basically location, because we have a great location in the Yucatan Peninsula, the security and privacy, and it's a great potential investment. So I think we're very well located in Yucatan. Basically, right now we call it, or basically in the area is called it the Yucatan area or the Yucatan location. Everything that is nearby is considered a high-end properties. Besides, we are the Yucatan Country Club, so everything that is inside the Yucatan Country Club gives you a very good lifestyle, and also increase the price of your property.
And just to give us a little bit idea, so we have Merida. Where is the country club located in regards to downtown Merida?
It is in the north of Merida, on the way to Progreso. Progreso is the main port of the Yucatan Peninsula, but very much like 10 to 15 minutes away from the city. It's not far away, but it's very easily to get into the property.
And that road it's a big highway.
It is a highway. You basically go from the main highway of the city. You go up north on the way to Progreso, and about 15 minutes in a very well-maintained highway, you get into the Yucatan Country Club.
So the location is fantastic. So if you want to spend a Saturday afternoon on the beaches, the Gulf of Mexico, it's about 15 minutes.
Sorry to interrupt, but yes, actually from the Yucatan Country Club, you can get very easily access to the nearest beach, which is 15 minutes away, and you can enjoy the lifestyle of living in a city, but in a gated community, but also very close to the natural areas like cenotes, which are water wells, which is beautiful, the beaches, and the archaeological sites like Chichen Itza or Celestún, or some other beautiful places that are nearby. And that gives you a beautiful lifestyle. I mean, once you are living in a place like this, you have everything nearby, also cinemas, theaters, shopping malls, hospitals, as well as universities. Actually, we have one of the top universities right outside the community, which is the Anáhuac. It's one of the top universities in Mexico. And the other one is the Madison College, which is right in front of the Anáhuac University. Okay. So that gives you a beautiful lifestyle, because your family can, if you're thinking to live in a place like this, you can enjoy everything nearby. Besides, we have a concierge service. So this concierge, we call it the Gold Concierge, takes care of everything that you may need, from a driver, a butler, a chef, or even if you just want to pick up your groceries or pay your bills. So everything is well taken care of.
And yes, and you've invited me. I've been over there to the Yucatan Country Club, and you have enough amenities inside that many times you don't need to go to the beach, or you don't need to go downtown. You have a lot of beautiful, the tennis courts, the spas, everything that you guys have is appealing.
And that is correct. Inside the Yucatan Country Club, you have a clubhouse where you can find swimming pools. We have tennis courts, a soccer play area, a gym, a gymnasium. Also, of course, the golf, which is the top amenity of the Yucatan Country Club. But you can also find beautiful, luxurious restaurants, very well designed. And right outside, we have a grocery store. So you basically don't have to go out to get anything you may need. And some of the kids, which is one of the nicest things of this place, they take the golf cart, or the bicycles to go to school, because it's right here inside the community. So the lifestyle is very, very nice, very, very peaceful, very secure. And even to get into your property, once you are inside the Yucatan Country Club, you can also have another security fence that is before your apartment or residence.
Fantastic. Okay, now with your background, Eduardo, you're one of the top experts of knowledge of golf course communities. What is the difference in the Yucatan Country Club compared to the others, like where you were in Quintana Roo, for example?
In Quintana Roo, you may find up to 18 golf courses, and some of them they have residential communities. However, most of these golf communities are more oriented as a tourist destination. In comparison with Yucatan Country Club, is more exclusive, more prestige. In order to access to the clubhouse or to the amenities, you must own a share. But in order to have a share, you must own a property inside the Yucatan Country Club. So that makes it completely exclusive. Even the owners that enjoy the clubhouse, they don't even use cash. They have to sign everything, and everyone they have a bill that is you will be charged every month. But everything is so only for owners or only for shareholders. In this case, when you want to enjoy the amenities, everybody knows everybody. It's a very close community, and that gives you a sense of a pride and lifestyle inside the community. The main difference is that nobody from the outside the community, they can come and play golf just because they want to enjoy the place. They need to be invited by an owner, or in other case, own a property inside the Yucatan Country Club and then apply for a share.
Eduardo and Jorge, the amenities, I know you mentioned several in there, but do you also have like training facilities? What else can you tell us? Even the proximity to the airport, how does the Yucatan compare?
Basically, the proximity to the airport is 20 minutes away. It is an international airport, very, very well maintained. It's so nice, the airport. And inside the Yucatan Country Club, you have 24 hours security patrols, surveillance system, control access points, and of course, as I mentioned, the concierge services. So you have everything you may need inside the Yucatan Country Club, but everything is nearby. Many people that is coming from the US or Canada, they can have an easily access to Yucatan Country Club. You come into the airport and takes you no longer than 25 minutes to get out of the airport. And the connections from the airport to this beautiful place, it is about 20 minutes. So they have suburban services, and even from here, from the Yucatan Country Club to the airport, it takes you also 20 minutes. You have drivers, suburbans, taxis, even Uber service in case you may need it.
That's very practical, those Ubers. Now, Eduardo, how I know from Merida you can go to Mexico City, but do you know what other cities, like you have direct flights to the United States?
Of course, one of the main airports, Cancun International Airport, Mexico City, Monterrey, which is one of the top airports in Mexico. This is an international airport, so you have connections to basically every place in the world. You can fly it up to Europe, to Asia, to the United States, Canada, and South America. This airport connects with every single airline. And in case you don't have a connection flight for the day that you may need, you have a connection to Mexico City that takes you 1 hour and a half and go to every place in the world.
Fantastic. Now, okay, the train. Whenever I'm talking to my another American, always asking, "Hey, how's that train coming along? Is it up and operating now there in Merida? And how far is it from the Yucatan Country Club?"
From where?
The train station. How far is the train station from the Yucatan Country Club?
Sorry, I didn't hear you well. Yes, the train station is nearby. The main train station is right in the north of the city, and will take you about 25 minutes to get from where you are, from Yucatan Country Club, to the train station. And that is almost done in the whole circuit. Actually, it is already done from Merida to Cancun and back and forth. You can easily take the train back and forth, and it's a nice trip, very calm, and
Yeah.
with a beautiful scenic views during the road. And you may find a lot of jungle and beautiful views from the train. And also, it will contact you to the other side of Mexico, to Tabasco, to Chiapas, and to all the other cities. What is almost done is from Cancun to Tulum. What is almost done, that circuit is right now under construction. But eventually, it will be done. And now it's done from here to Valladolid and also directly to Cancun.
Very interesting. So that could be, I know most of the questions or most of the trend is I want to go on the train to tourists to go visit some of these Mayan sites. It's interesting when you look out the map, it takes you to some of the most important Mayan sites that most Americans, Canadians, we know Chichen Itza, maybe Esna, we know the Tulum, obviously, but there's thousands of Mayan sites. And that's a bit exciting, but the train might be, if you're flying into Cancun, you could take that train, take it to Merida, correct?
That is correct. That is correct. Actually, that's a very good question, because many people that comes to Cancun, they can easily take the train and go to Valladolid. That's what I mentioned, that city that used to be many years ago the capital of Yucatan. But from Valladolid, you just take a very simple transportation that takes you to the ruins, and they have plenty certified guides that take you around the ruins. That is the main location of the Mayan civilization, and it's impressive to be in that place with that phenomenal pyramids and archaeological sites. It's a full day tour, but people really enjoy it. And once you are done with your tour, you can easily take the train from Valladolid to Merida and stay here for the rest of the week or the weekend. But it's a beautiful trip. And also from Merida, you can either take a private tour that takes you to Tulum. Tulum is the only archaeological site that is facing the ocean. And there are many other options, Coba, Tulum, Akumal. There are many beautiful places from the people who love the culture and the archaeological sites of the Mayans.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm excited. Right now, I'm up in the States, but I'm excited to go down and visit you, the country club. You're going to have to teach me some swings because I have a terrible, I won't even tell you how terrible my swing is. But hey, Eduardo, let's get into a little bit about the security. You mentioned a little bit before, but exactly what security offers there at the Yucatan Country Club.
Well, I mentioned the 24-hour security patrols because we are regular monitoring of the community. We have a surveillance systems. We have cameras and electronic monitoring that are connected to the police and to the 911, and also control access points that are limited entry points with security personnel. And that is also all connected. We have cameras all over the place. We have security patrols that are all around all the time, 24/7. And anything you may need or anything happens is all immediate response from the 911. Aside of that, once you are out of the Yucatan Country Club, about 5 minutes, we have a police station that is it was built in partnership with the Yucatan Country Club, and is 5 minutes away. So you can be feel that you are secure in the community, your family is secure, and there is no. We are considered the safest city in Mexico and the fifth safest city in the world.
Wow.
So that is very important, because once you are bringing your family down, you want to be in a secure place, in a gated place. You feel like you are in a almost paradise. What can I say?
Well, look, you were saying all this stuff about the security, and I'm thinking to myself, isn't Merida like the top safest city in Mexico? And I don't think you need half of what you just mentioned, but yeah, those are good points. It's very, very interesting that that whole family values of Merida, the Yucatan, Campeche is right there. Now,
that is correct. Many people from all over the country are pointing into Merida for many reasons. Basically lifestyle, but the second reason is the security. They want to be in a secure place, in a place that is well connected. And it is a city, but it doesn't feel like a big city. It is still a city that is a town that is becoming a city with all service that you may need.
Yeah.
But basically, you can feel good bringing your family here.
Absolutely. And in the hospital, that's something we haven't talked about, but I know that Merida, I know several of my friends and people, when they do need to have a surgery, going to Merida has some of the top hospitals and doctors in all of Mexico.
That is correct. Many people that want to come to Merida, they have people that they live in Cancun, or they live in Texas, or they live in Miami, and they want to come to Merida to get surgeries or to get assistance from any doctor. The costs are significantly very low in comparison with what they can spend in the United States or Canada. But they feel good. They can have the procedure in Mexico and the recovery in Mexico in a beautiful place like this one is. But as this is happening not only for hospital or medical assistance, but also people that want to send their kids for the top universities. And also you may find here a lot of kids that are coming from many places in Mexico and many places in South America. They send the kids to have college or university, and they rent places here, many. You have an idea. Right now we have in the Anáhuac University more than 8,000 kids that they are, well, not kids, a little bit higher than kids, but they are studying university in this place. So it's very, very safe, and it's coming. Right now I think we are a trend, not only in Merida, but also in Mexico and Central America, for secure places, university, and hospitals.
Look at that. Yeah.
The closest hospital from here is about 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. And if you go not in a speed, right? But if you go in an ambulance, you're about 20 minutes from here to the closest and nearest hospital.
Good. Now let's dive in a little bit into the costs and expenses. What are the normal questions that most new buyers, what do they ask in regards to, okay, obviously it's a beautiful lifestyle. So what are the main costs that are involved?
Basically, the maintenance fees that cover upkeep and the common areas, the landscaping and facilities. The share of it is not a membership. It is basically a share of the clubhouse. And those are the fees for access for the golf course and other amenities. And also the property taxes. The property taxes is something you need to consider. However, is really, really low in comparison with what the people pay in America and Canada. We have the opportunity to know many Americans and Canadians. They come here and they live in the community. And when they compare the property taxes that they have to pay, it is really low, approximately 0.0001 of the purchase price, which in compares with what they pay in United States or Canada is basically an approx of 4 to 5% of the property price. So once they realize they have a very low property tax and the cost of living, which basically the main services like maid, gardener, even driver, or any other thing you may need during your life in the community, and you do the comparison, what they would spend in the United States is amazing. They say, how can this be possible to live in this beautiful place with these low costs?
There's we talk quite a bit about that, and I try to share it with all our viewers too. The cost of living, your basics, the grocery bills, for example, tremendous difference. I mean, we're talking. There's a real good website called Nimbeo, NIMBEO.com, and you pop in one city all over the world. You can put in Sarasota, Florida, compare it to Merida or to Progreso. and it shows you a quick calculation of what the difference are in expenses, your normal month-to-month living expenses. And it's amazing the percentage difference. I mean, we're easily talking 50%, 55% less expensive down in Mexico. So when you mentioned those savings, it's especially in these, with all this inflation going on, you're going to have to, a lot of our viewers, we have to tighten the budget, and Mexico is a fantastic option for many of us to review.
That is correct. And not only that, we found out that Uber Eats, they can also deliver the groceries from your to your house. So most of the people that they own a property here, they go to the Uber Eats, they select what they want from the shop, and they bring it down. The concierge receives everything and they deliver it to your home. So you don't even have to go out to the grocery store to get your groceries. That's so easy, and it's so nice.
Yeah. And then even those people who do, it drives me crazy. My wife, she loves going out shopping. So I always tell her, why don't we take advantage of these deliveries? And she loves Costco. And that Merida has a Costco right there. You guys have a Costco, you have a Sam's Club, Walmart, beautiful shopping centers, and indoor rink, ice skating rink. You also have right there.
That is correct. We have Costco, Sam's Club, we have Walmart, and in Mexico we have a grocery store that is called Chedraui, and we have this place that is called Chedraui Select, that is better quality, nicest products, and they also have delivery. So it is nice, and you have even the drugstore. They can send you whatever you may need on delivery. So it's nice, and they have, as I said, you feel to be in a big city without all the headache that it comes with the big city, because you're still in a town that is becoming a city, that is becoming a trend, because many people wants to come and live. But there are specific locations like the Yucatan Country Club that gives you this lifestyle that people is looking for.
And okay, I don't know if you mentioned, but could you explain a little bit about the membership, the golf course membership? How does that work? If I own a property, do I need to buy into the golf club membership, or how does that work, Eduardo?
Well, basically, we have two beautiful residential developments: Samanja, which are beautiful homes facing the golf course, and Harmonia, those are beautiful apartments facing the golf course. Harmonia has its own golf clubhouse, where you have a swimming pool, a paddle area. We have a business area, a place for kids, and we have a lot of amenities. However, if you want to use the clubhouse, you need a share. We don't call it a membership as something most people can buy, but we have a share. You have the option to buy the share, which costs $80,000, and that's for your family and is for life. You just have to pay the maintenance fees for that share. That covers you all the maintenance fees for the clubhouse, but it is not mandatory to own it. However, in order to own a share, you must own a property inside the Yucatan Country Club. You cannot own a share or buy a share if you don't have a property. That is one of the regulations we have inside the Yucatan Country Club. And that gives you also nice, because people that own a share inside the club, this is your neighbor. And you know your neighbor, everybody knows them. They have a board of directors, and they check who's people coming, who owns the property. They have a welcome kit and a welcome review, everything, before they can be elected to own a share in the clubhouse.
Okay. And do you guys have a lot of events, like a PGA tournaments or golfing events going on at the Yucatan? And
we don't have not many. However, we have a few tournaments that sometimes, well, it can be some people that they belong to the PGA Tour or they have a special tournament. It is a good opportunity to meet people from other clubs, but also it is very selected the kind of tournaments that we organize. Most of these tournaments are from the community, for the kids, for women, for gentlemen, but we have a few, not many as a tourist destination. It is more a residential community, and the tournaments that are given is only for the people that are in the community.
Okay, Eduardo, now what about the most golf courses? They have their fame of having a lot of regulations of whatever architectural restrictions, and how does a Yucatan Country Club, what kind of regulations have you noticed that our buyers should be aware of?
That's a very good question. Actually, we want to maintain the same guidelines of the community. So we have a rules and regulations for the architectural and the construction. These restrictions are for design on the appearance of the homes and maintain the community aesthetics. No, we have the same aesthetics of the area, and of course, most people they want to have construction by their own. They have to submit the project to a board of directors, and once it's approved, they can start the construction. The landscaping rules is also one of the regulations that is for requirements for maintaining the laws, the garden, and the outdoor gardens. That is important. We want to maintain the same aesthetics of the whole community, and to look it nice and keep it nice as always. And the other restriction is the rental restrictions. We don't allow the Airbnb rentals, as we want the neighbors, they have they decide for rental, they must be a long-term rental, but not Airbnbs, because that gives you a lot of people coming in and out. You don't have many control of those people inside your community. And as I said at the beginning, it's not a touristic destination that as any resort, it is more as a community. Of course, you can rent your property, but it has to be more than 6 months, minimum 6 months or more, up to a year or longer. But we want to maintain a secure place and everybody to have the idea who's coming as your neighbor and who's living inside the community.
Okay, Eduardo, that leads up to what type of properties are available for us to purchase in the Yucatan Country Club?
As I mentioned before, Armonia is one of the top condo apartments destination for people who wants to invest in a beautiful apartment facing the golf course. And villas, those are basically single family homes that you can own a beautiful property. It gives you more space on the property. The condos are often more affordable and require less maintenance, making them more attractive for seasonal residents or those seeking for a rental income for a long term. And the homes that basically are with more space and privacy, appealing to those who are looking for primary residence or luxurious vacation home. No, we realize that many people coming from the United States or Canada, they want to get out of the cold, and they're normally here from the November to April, and those is a long term for 6 months, 5-6 months, and they stay here, but they can get away from the cold, from the snow, and all the freezing areas, and they can spend the weekend. They can spend the winter time in a sunny and beautiful warm weather.
Absolutely. Keep their golfing practice going 12 months out of the year. And okay, so I could go in and buy a lot, and then I could hire my own architect outside of your developer.
Yes, that's another choice. You can be. We don't have many yet. Actually, most of the lots we start selling since 2006 year. Most of them are already sold. All the clusters are sold. We have only one left. However, people can customize their property, and also they have to contract a builder and all the things they have to do to build their homes. It is a hassle because you have many things that you have to be present, and you have to check that everything is in control. And we recommend for foreigners not to go for the lot and build the property, because it is basically, at the end of the day, it is a hassle. However, if you prefer to go to a single family home that is already built and is very spacious, instead of buying a lot and building a house, it is a choice. It is available to do it, of course. But for foreigners, we all recommend, because they're far away, so
Yes.
we recommend to go for something already built than to go for a land and start the whole process of building a property, as we have a lot of control. Who's coming in, who's coming out, all the builders and all the workers that are in the process of building a home, they have to go for a process, going to a gate. Must be reviewed. They have to make a big line. They have certain hours to build. They cannot build all the time, and that increase the cost of building, because once you don't have all the time to build inside the community, you have certain hours. You have to get all the permits. So for somebody that is away from this city, it becomes more. It's higher the cost, and it's a burden coming, waiting, and expecting that the things are going to be done fast. So it is good. It's a choice, but for foreigners, we also recommend to go for a single family home that is already built. We have a beautiful options for them to offer, or an apartment, which is very spacious, beautiful view, but it's already built, and they can choose which one they like the best.
Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. We're going to jump into some of the questions. When our team started, the marketing team, they started, we've invited the people who are signing up to go to this, to our webinar. We asked them to send their questions. So I'm going to start reading some of these off, and as they're coming in. First one says, hello, I'm a Mexican American, and I've heard there's constantly a shortage of water. Golf courses maintenance requires a lot of water. Is this an issue in the Yucatan Country Club?
Okay, that's a very good question. Water storage concerns. Okay, yes, of course. The Yucatan Peninsula, including the Yucatan Country Club, is well known as a very abundant on underground water resources, known as cenotes, as I said at the beginning. These natural reserves help mitigate the concerns of the water storage. We have many water. Of course, we have a company that takes care of supplying this water into the properties, and they take care that is the best quality of water that goes into your home. But to answer the question, yes, that's where we have the most, a lot of water in this beautiful place.
Okay. Next question. How complicated is reselling a property within a golf community? Is it easier or is it harder than reselling in a regular residential zone?
Hi, I can answer that question.
Okay.
Thomas. Yes, it's a very good question, because reselling a property within a golf community can often be easier compared to regular residential areas. Depending on the market demand, properties in the golf communities like Yucatan Country Club typically attract a niche market of buyers looking for luxury, the amenities, and the unique lifestyle that we have here, which can enhance resale value. However, it can also be a bit more challenging due to the specific buyer demographic.
Okay, exactly. That makes a lot of sense there. I know from our experience as well, what we have in our definition, luxury, higher end properties, it's been on an increase of the demand. So that's what people are looking for. So being inside of a golf course community with all those beautiful views, it does as a selling team, Top Mexico and Jorge and Eduardo, all of us, we know this is a lot of benefits when you're inside of a closed gated community, and then add on to that all of these extra amenities that you guys are offering.
That is correct, and I think this is a good point. Yes, of course there are resales in the area. However, once you get the resale, you already get the commercial price value. Once you start with master developer as we are, you can have the opportunity to get better price on the pre-sale time. And once you get the property, of course, your property is already in the commercial price value. But if you want to resell it, it is a benefit for you as an owner. But if you are the buyer, of course, you will have to go for the commercial price value that is right now in that time. So it is good for the people who bought they invest at the very beginning, because they already have the appreciation of the property. But it is not so good for the people that is coming for a resale, and they already arrive once the property is already on the commercial price value. So it's a good for one and the other one. However, you must consider to start in the very beginning of the project, so you can get a better price. You invest in a good price, and you get the property appreciation. So yes, of course there will be resales in the area, but it's a benefit for both.
Now, as we were talking about this, one of the things that's if you're looking to, obviously you're looking for a place where you can live and just enjoy the surroundings and things, but you're looking to do some investment. Now, it's very smart when you discover that there's a new company coming into a community, and that manufacturing company is starting to create jobs, and then new families are coming in. Though that's the basic formula for investing. And we were just talking a little bit about the Merida, the Mexico, the economies going on in Mexico. So I invite all of you viewers back home to just do your own little research, see how strong Mexico is projected to become in the next 10 years, and also study what's going on in Yucatan. Eduardo and Jorge and I, we were talking about right there in Progreso. This is one down in the southeast part of Mexico. This is a growing hub of transportation, and it's a ripe area for manufacturing. This nearshoring that I'm sure everybody's hearing about, nearshoring. These USA and Canada were battling with China with the trade wars, but that actually has brought Mexico into the limelight. In the next 10 years, nearshoring in Mexico and Yucatan is programmed to be just increasing. So, long story short, if you're creating a lot of new jobs down in the Merida Yucatan zone, being inside of a community, this prime area community of the golf course, this could be super interesting for an investment for 5 years, 10 years.
And I want to add something very important. Everybody will love to be an appraisal stage of residential development. But I think it's very important to know who's behind the development, who's doing everything, who create the community. And I'm very proud to be part of the Inmobilia. Inmobilia is a company that has more than 30 years on the market with many projects, not only in Mexico. We're the biggest developer in the Yucatan Peninsula, the biggest in Tulum as well. We have Tulum 101. We have properties, also developments inside Mayacoba, in Cancun, Puerto Cancun, which is SLS. We also have developments in Mexico City, in San Luis Potosí. And we just start with more than 20 developments in Madrid, in Spain, and also in Belize. So this company, it is very big and is already consolidated, and it gives you a lot of legal certainty. Once people is about to think where to invest and who's behind my investment, who's gonna deliver the property, and who's gonna be after we buy, after we invest, who's gonna give me the face and who's gonna give me the post-sale service. I think it's very important. the very first project is Yucatan Country Club, and I invite you to, not only you, to all the audience, to come and visit the property, see the community, see how well maintained it is, and what people say about owning a property in this beautiful place. But also, you can have the certainty that if you invest in Harmonia or you invest in Amanja, you will have a big company that is behind. It's not a young developer that is trying to see how it's going to work with one single home or a building. We have many developments, more than $1.4 billion already invested in developments. And I think that people wants to know who's going to be after I invest in my property.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Yeah, the resume is very impressive of your group there. The next question is, are property taxes higher in Gulf communities than in the normal residential areas in Mexico?
Well, property taxes in Gulf communities in Mexico, including Yucatan Country Club, are generally comparable to or slightly higher than other regular residential areas. The increase is often due to the amenities, maintenance, and common areas, and overall exclusivity that comes with the living in a Gulf community. As I mentioned before, the property taxes in compared with the United States or Canada are really low. People that I have the opportunity to meet, once they realize how much they are paying for a property this big and with this location, because they say, wow, this is incredibly low in comparison with what I would pay with the same exact property in United States. So you can imagine, if I have a beautiful home this big with these 3 apartment rooms, a grill area, this beautiful view to the golf course, how much would you think would be costing the property tax in the United States? And when they realize how much they pay in Mexico, they are really impressed and say, oh my God, it's incredible how low the cost of living is low in Mexico.
Yeah, I agree. Next question is, what about, okay, we touched upon this, but I'm going to ask it again. One of our writers or one of our viewers said, what about renting out a property in a golf course community? Long-term or short-term, is this possible or not? But if you guys go ahead and respond again.
Okay, renting out a property within a golf course community like the Yucatan Country Club is absolutely possible. We have both for long-term and also for short-term leases. This can be an attractive option for potential renters who are interested in the luxurious lifestyle and amenities that come with it in such a community. However, it's important to check with the homeowners associations for any specific rules or restrictions or rentals. But you can make both short terms or long terms. Entirely, we can do that.
Yeah, that is correct. And short terms we mean 6 months, and long terms is of course more than 1 year. Okay. But the only thing is not allowed is Airbnb. However, short terms as 6 months. You just want to specify that. Okay. That way we maintain the same lifestyle inside the community.
Now, do you guys have an approximate, but say one of the projects, the condo projects, how many rentals exist in there? What percentage, more or less? Say 12 months.
I can answer that, but even our main directors and the partners of Inmobilia, they own properties inside the community, and they keep it rented. The whole year is already rented. So it is, once you put it for rent, it is the highest rent you find in Merida. Yes, that is true, but you keep it rented. You don't see a single apartment or a single home empty. Once you go inside the apartment, you see everything's, or once it's delivered, either the owner is living on it or is rented for the people who's living in Merida. Okay. And the best place to live or rent in Merida is Yucatan Country Club. As I said, we became a trend in Merida, and everybody knows the real estate brokers. Everybody knows the best place to invest in a property. They say, you want the best? Let's go to the Yucatan Country Club. You want some other options? Okay, there are many options in Merida. but the best place to be is here. And with the last apartments facing the golf course is that are already authorized by the board of directors of Yucatan Country Club is Harmonia. So there won't be any other apartments for sale in the future. Only the single family lots or the residentials are already done, but no more apartments left. So we are the last ones, and we have the last units available. So I think it's a very good opportunity to invest in an apartment inside the Yucatan Country Club or a single family home, which is in Amanja.
And going into a little detail there, what do you have available in those apartments? 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, or?
Yes, we have 2 bedrooms. Also, we have 3 bedrooms. We have a penthouse. We have a garden house. So we have a lot of apartments. We have 79 apartments in Harmonia. There's they take us 20 left only here in Harmonia. There are the apartments. So many people that are taking another time of the renting, they start renting with us 1 or 2 years, and then they finish buying us a property. So that is a good term for all the people that invest in here. We daily have people asking for rents, and we are waiting that the ones who buy, they give us the apartment so they can put it in rent, because the demand of renting is very high.
Very interesting. And would you happen to know what is the biggest demand? Is it small family? They need 3 bedrooms, or a couple? Where's the demand right now, more or less, Jorge?
We have both. We have people coming with the family, that the kids are starting we have a school also here in front of the university, it's Madison School. So we have people that are coming to Merida because their kids are going to start in the school. But also we have people that are older couples that they don't have a kid, so they're living or changing in the apartment, leaving the house that have in Merida, come to a Yucatan Country Club and be in an apartment that we have 2 bedrooms. So we have the demand already for all the family.
Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to go back to the questions here. The next one is regarding the community involvement and the overall maintenance. How do golf course communities typically handle homeowners associations?
Well, the homeowners association, the HOA, that's what it works. The golf communities like Yucatan Country Club typically have a well-established homeowners association that manage the community involvement, maintenance, and overall the governance. The HOA is responsible for maintaining common areas, ensuring the community's high standards are upheld, and addressing any issues that arise among homeowners. This helps to maintain property values and the overall appeal to the community.
Okay. Here's another question. It's asking about the I'm sorry, how you call it, a membership fee for the country club?
Yes, actually, it's a share. It's a share. Some people call it membership, but basically it is a share because it's not a right of use. You can eventually, when you sell the property, you can sell the property and sell the share with the property. It's not just the right of use that could be like a membership card. It is basically a share and we are limited to sell certain number of shares of the club.
Okay. And so the question is, is this an initial fee, and if so, what's the annual fee?
That is a very good question. I didn't answer that at the beginning, but the cost of the share is $80,000.
Okay.
And the monthly fee, it is approximately $1,000.
Okay.
A little less, but it's almost $1,000, and that covers your family. Is for your father, mother, and the kids. It's family.
Okay. Another question: is there a capital fund or reserve for maintenance and replacement costs for the amenities? I think this question is more per like building or project, not so much the country club.
It is at the beginning because as a developers, we must establish this fund. And we once we deliver the property to the owners and the homeowners association, once that is established, all the owners, they select if they want to keep maintaining this fund or they want to reduce the cost and eliminate it. Most of the times they keep it, because once we deliver the property to the owners and they create the HOA, they can decide if they keep it or not. But at the beginning, we are responsible for the first year of operation of the whole condominium or home villas.
Okay, fantastic. These questions keep coming in, which is good. This is one is, could you give us more details on the amenities and what stores are on site?
Well, amenities, as I mentioned at the beginning, we have many amenities. Apartments like Harmonia. We have the swimming pool, the clubhouse, the kids area, the paddle area. Yes, and also for the clubhouse, we have many amenities as well. As I mentioned, we have the swimming pool. There are the first-class restaurant, the golf, the paddle, tennis, soccer areas, gymnasium, steam. We have many amenities inside the community. And the convenience stores, we have one right outside the Yucatan Country Club, because inside the Yucatan Country Club, there is nothing commercial. It's only residential. So in order for you to get your groceries, you must go out of the property. However, once you get out of the gate, right around the corner is where you find the convenience store. You find everything you may need, from liquors, food, refreshments, vegetables, whatever you may need is already there. And now if you want to go something bigger like Costco or Sam's Club, of course, it's about 25 minutes away, and then you get everything you may need. And if you don't want to go that far, well, you just go to Uber Eats and select your groceries, and they deliver it to your home.
Guys, I think that's all the time we have. So first, I want to thank everybody for clicking in and watching us this afternoon. Really appreciate that you're taking the time and learning more about different options of real estate to come live or to invest in down in Mexico, and the exciting Yucatan Country Club in the growing Yucatan Merida zone. Very, very exciting. And I think if you do get down into the zone, you definitely need to come out, visit with us, and to go out to visit Eduardo and Jorge to see all of this amazing. It is amazing. When you go there, it is beautiful. So I know you guys will be impressed as well. And I want to thank a tremendous amount to Eduardo and Jorge for sharing with us. We're just talking. I think we're going to show some photos and videos to get a little bit more of the people that can see how lovely, how beautiful it is where you guys live and work. So
thank you, Tom. I appreciate this invitation, this opportunity to be online with you and everybody that is right now online. I invite you to come and visit this beautiful place. Contact Top Mexico and let them know you wanna come. We will be more than delightful that receive you and show you around the surroundings, the properties, the amenities, the clubhouse. I can assure you, you will be impressed of this beautiful place. So I invite you once again, contact the Top Mexico representatives, and they have all the information, the knowledge of the property. But I think one thing very important, you should come and visit and see it physically. You will be impressed, because there is no other way to show you how this place is beautiful than to be present and see it by yourself.
And eat some cochinita or lechon, tacos of cochinita.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is a great time of the year too. I love the Day of the Dead. If you all can make arrangements to come down to visit Eduardo, Jorge, myself during the Day of the Dead, it's incredible there in Merida. The culture, the tacos at Jorge. It's always great to have the locals show us some of the great foods that exist out there. So I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you very much again. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Thank you.
I'm Thomas Lloyd. This is Top Mexico Real Estate. And thanks again. Hasta la vista.